Yeah. And then I use a 4x4 going, making like a cross on top, and it'll give you the, and that's where it will branch down, and it'll give you the fruit. It's gonna rot out, but by the time that is, you can get it, you'll have enough fruit, and that'll be 10 years, and then you can do it over again. Yeah. I mean, it's survived for 8 years now. Yeah, the wood. I mean, the woods last 8 years. So, I mean, by that time I could recut the wood, and that's why I use the foam, so I can put a new piece of wood in. Yes, sir.
Is that planted in the ground?
Yes, sir. And I mean, it has a bucket. Unfortunately, you can't see because right here. But I was out of town, so I let it grow higher than what I usually do, and that's why I was like, this is a perfect photo to take and to make an imaginary line where you need to cut 6 inches about. You want to cut it above the trellis, so then it has branches that can branch out and go down and give you the rebel effect, which you'll see in a little bit later. And here goes. How high is the structure? You can have it between 4 feet to 6 feet is the best height. You want it your height. You don't want to go on the knees and bend down and hurt your back all night, or you don't want to be trying to reach up high. So you want to make sure it's pretty much your height. The holes. It survived hurricane. Huh? Yes, and you can see it survived. Well, it's got one block in the ground. Yes. I mean, it survived for 8 years. Let it go crazy, then you trim it, because otherwise if you let it too much, get too thick, you'll start getting yellow sunburn, and you'll start getting mold, because here in Florida, we have where it's hot and humid, and most stuff that you will find online is from Los Angeles, which is a different climate, which is where it's hot and dry. So they actually have to water their plants, and they actually have to use shade, and we have to keep it in the full sun and try to keep it drier than they do.
When you trim it, do you take those, replant?
Yes, and that's what I do, and that's what I sell for at the Rare Fruit Council sales.
So what is around the base of it? Do you have like soil or something around the base area?
And then, yeah, I was going to show like at the end that this is the black cow, and I use black cow. I use Epsom salts, and that's basically it. That's all you need. And always when you do trimming, you use either one of these or these. Sorry. And then when you use them, always make sure the pruners, you always clean it every single time you do it. Because otherwise, as you just seen in the next photo, that you'll end up getting rot. And this is root rot right here. And this is a fungal bacterial disease. And this is often caused when you have the plant buried more than 2 inches. This plant goes only 2 inches. You do 3 inches, your plant's dead. And that's the sad fact that a lot of people also were asking.
What's the Epsom salt for?
Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and that is used to make stuff greener. That's great for mangoes, that's great for a lot of stuff.
What's the ratio? I don't mean to keep asking questions. What's the mix ratio?
I just do a pinch. Right before a big rain, I go out there and I literally go get like a pinch on each dragon fruit like that. Because the rain is already going to dilute it, and in Florida, the sand is going to make it gone fast. And this is wipes. So this is what you use to sanitize your cutters, or use anything, alcohol pads or whatever you have. Which, I mean, this is, I think, $5 on Amazon.
Is that between each cut or each plant?
You would prefer each cut, just because there might be a bacterial disease inside the plant, and by the time you actually see on the outside where it turns orange, is already been affected, you'll probably have to cut another 2 inches above it. It'll probably be affected, if you start cutting, you'll see it affected like right there, in that area, when you cut inside of it. And some people say that you have to grow dragon fruit only one way, and this is proof right here. This is a cutting, and there goes a fruit right there without even doing anything. But the chances of you actually getting this fruit like this is going to be 20% from my experience from doing about 100 cuttings. Because I usually cut them for the rare fruit about a month or two beforehand. I let them root and try to get them everything. And sometimes I get flowers, and sometimes they give me fruit, sometimes, or most of the time, almost 80%, they always fall off and die. So this would be, for a new person trying to grow it, a waste of time, unfortunately. But this is just a spare one, just to show people this can be done. And like I was showing you, that here goes flour to put the bag over. And you always want to collect the pollen here in Florida because we get them little bugs about 5 p.m. And I use a vacuum, which I have a video on to show you how to do it. And you want to collect the pollen and then use a sifter and just sift out the pollen and then store it. And you can store it in the freezer for up to 1 year. It'll be good in the freezer. The fridge will hold up to 30 days if you do it correctly. And like I said, here goes that bricks number. Here goes a Santa 1, which is going to be the door prize. And here's how it looks, the refractometer that I was talking about earlier. This is how we look inside. When you look inside right here, look for your eye, and you'll see, it'll say nothing right now. When you put regular distilled water, it will be 0. And that's how you calibrate it with distilled water at 0. And you put the juice, you just have the juice go in there a little bit, wipe it down, and you just close it, look at the light, and it'll give you the number, which is 25, 24, and 25-ish right there. And as somebody was asking earlier, where did the dragon fruit come from? It's from the tropical Americas, central Mexico to northern South Americas. It was taken by the French to Southeast Asia at the turn of the 19th century, and that's where most of you guys realize that the Vietnamese people use it and the Philippines use it. And again, South Florida is a great place because we got great weather for it, because this is a tropical cactus. And it actually likes the full sun, which I was able to get the Master Gardener program to get changed. They came to my house and actually were able to change the documents to fix IFAS, which, I mean, it was wrong for years, because when I found out during the Rare Fruit Council, somebody printed out and told me I was telling them wrong. And then I had them come to me, and they kept checking out my stuff, brought people from Gainesville, fixed it.